The very hello to you, my precious! And today we will keep on walking along the most beautiful places in Moscow. We should start from here, from the park near one of the greatest cathedrals of Russian Orthodox Church, the Cathedral of Crist the Savior. The structure, built in 1990s, is the recreation of the temple of the same name, destroyed in 1931. Over this place, for a long time, the swimming pool named Moskva, Moscow, was located. This is the Patriarch's Bridge, the pedestrian bridge across Moscow River. It connects the territory where the Cathedral of Crist the Savior is situated and the Yegemonskaya, Bersenevskaya and Puchistинskaya embankments. From here, you can observe the Kremlin. This is a great view. The bridge was built in 2004. Also, there is a view on the residential complex. The name of it is House on the Embankment. It was built in 1931 and it is known as the residential complex where the flats of Soviet elite were situated. On that side, you can see the monument to Peter I by Zurab. Also, this is the area of Red October factory, where the chocolate is produced. That building on a corner, this is the Central House of Artists. Also, on that side, you can see the big stony bridge. This is the downstream. And here, upstream, right after the corner, there will be Crimean Bridge where we will go now. Let's go straight over there. This is the area of Red October factory, and there is a great number of recreation places situated. Here there are cafes, coffee shops, some kind of cheese factories, clubs, restaurants, and this is one of the favorite places of the citizens to visit. Today is the Saturday morning, so it looks like an after party. So we returned back. We just left the area of Red October factory, and now we're gonna rent some electrocycles. This is one of the most favorite type of moving over the city by the citizens. So let's do the rental. Some electrocycles are located over here. Let's take one of them. 79. So let's go. So we start moving on. Grand Yekimanka Street. This is the area of Red October factory again. The monument to Peter I. Let's watch from the opposite side. This is the back of the monument. These are the rental bicycles. Here is the beginning of Muzeon Park, the part of Gorky Park, the central park of recreation of Moscow. What a smell! Oh, it's incredible, flower smell. So we are in the museum. It is an open-air sculpture museum in Moscow, the largest in Russia. 656 works has been installed in the park. The museum's collection includes monuments of leaders of the 30s, 50s, monuments of the era of socialist realism and bustos of heroes of socialist labor, as well as works by avant-garde sculptors. They are located along the alley and on lawns, access to which is not restricted. Museum visitors freely walk among the sculptures, touch them and take pics. The art park is located in the lower part of the floodplain of the Moscow River, which is at the back. In October 2015, the art park became an integral part of Gorky Park. Also, you can see the new Tretyakov Gallery. It is the second building of Tretyakov Gallery, located in Moscow on Krimsky Wall, in the museum park. It was built in 1983. The opening of the first exhibitions took place in '86 and presents the trends of 20th and 21st centuries, most modern avant-garde, post-realism, harsh style, underground and latest trends. Major exhibitions of recent years. 2016, exhibition of paintings by Valentin Serov, collected in public and private collections. The event was widely covered with the media. There were long queues outside the new Tretyakov Gallery building, which is why the museum worked for 15 hours a day, and the Ministry of Emergency Situations organized field kitchens to feed visitors. In total, the exhibition was visited by more than 485,000 people. 2017, exhibition of paintings by Ivan Aivazovsky, organized for the 200th anniversary of the artist's birth. The event was attended by more than 600,000 people, which broke the record of the exhibition by Valentin Serov. 218th exhibition of works by Vasily Vereshchagin, dedicated to the 175th anniversary to the artist's birth, which included more than 500 exhibits from 20 museums and private collections. And at last, 222 exhibition dedicated to 165th anniversary of birth of Mikhail Alexandrovich Vrublin. The exhibition brought together more than 220 works from the collections of Russian Museum and the Tretyakov Gallery, as well from the private collection of Moscow. So we just passed through the main gates of the Central Park of Culture and Recreation, named after the writer Maxim Gorky. It is one of the most famous parks with the citizens. It was opened in 1928, and starting from 2011, there was the comprehensive reconstruction of the facilities and the infrastructure of the park, and it continues till now. So let's go through the park and see the details. This is the Luzhnetskaya Embankment of the Gorky Park. On the left side, you can see the Crimean Bridge. It was built in 1938 as a part of the Great Moscow Reconstruction Plan of 1935. It's one of the most famous bridges in Moscow. On the left hand, you can see the Pushkinsky, former Andreevsky Bridge. This central arc was built in the first years of the 20th century, and after that they were removed on this place by 3 ships, and around them there was construction of a new bridge created. And in front of, on the opposite side of Moscow River, you can see the Frunzенskaya Embankment and also the building of Ministry of Defense of Russian Federation. So we made a little lifting trip from the embankment of the Moscow River into here. Now we are on the Neskushny Garden. It's the largest landscape park in the historical center of Moscow, on the right bank of the Moscow River, preserved from the noble estate Neskushnaya. Neskushnaya, the extensive country estate of Duke Trubetskoy, located south of Moscow on the right bank of the Moscow River. And this is the Neskushny Palace, the palace of Duke Trubetskoy. So now we're gonna start our trip back to the embankment of Moscow River. Through all of the Neskushny Garden, we will show you this beautiful landscape park. And let's start from here. This is the highest point.
Just admit it. You're so close to my heart.
Here you can see the building of the Presidium of Russian Sciences Academy. Also, it is called Golden Brains, not only because the academics of Russian Federation are sitting over there, but also because of the construction on the roof of the building, which is like human brains. Take a look what a long walk we just made. Can't you see the monument to Peter I, also the hotel president? Yeah. So we walked along the embankment. Then we just lifted here at the Novodevichy Bridge, and now we are going to the opposite side of the embankment because we want to visit the Luzhnetskaya Embankment and Luzhniki Park. Let's see. We reached Luzhnetskaya Embankment. This is the Novodevichy Most, where we were a few minutes ago. Also, you can see the golden brains. And over there is the entrance to Luzhniki area. We'll go straight there right now. But before, we will show you a very special place, Lastochka. This is the restaurant. This is the yacht designed for restaurant. Very nice place to visit. So this is the Swallow restaurant. There is a book written by Nikolai Ostrovsky, where the main character owns his yacht named Swallow. And also there is a film directed by Rязанов, as I remember, where the main roles are played by Nikita Mikhalkov and Larisa Kuzeyeva, based on its novel. They are taking their voyage by the river on the yacht Swallow. That is why this restaurant has such a name. Bon appetit. Today we had the dinner per two person, and it costed us approximately $50 with no alcohol. But it's very tasty, and this is the good restaurant. That's why you understand what are you paying for. So of course we recommend this place for visiting it sometimes. We just finished our dinner, and now we'll continue our trip along the Luzhnetskaya Embankment. We will watch on a Luzhniki sport complex and see all the facilities and recreations on this area. So, this is Luzhnetskaya Embankment. Here you can see the metro station named Vorobyeva Gory. Also, this is metro bridge. This is the Sokolnicheskaya line metro station, which is situated over the bridge. And upper, there is a highway across the Moscow River. Also, if you look a little bit forward, you can see the funicular and a great place for observation, where one of the best views to Moscow are situated. So, this is the Luzhniki Stadium. We are in the central part of the Luzhniki complex. It is located near Vorobyeva Gory. It was built in a record time, in 1 year and 85 days, and opened in 1956. In the summer of 1980, this arena became an opening arena for 22nd Olympic Games. After reconstruction completed in 2017, now its capacity is 81,000 people. It's one of the biggest capacities in the Europe and is the biggest stadium in Eastern Europe. Aqua Complex Luzhniki.
Just a minute. You're so close to my
Right here on the Luzhnetskaya Embankment, you can rent any equipment for sport. It can be sport cycles, it can be cycles for children, women, mountain cycles, also different kinds of electro cycles also could be taken, longboards, skateboards, anything. These are the prices. So let's see. Maybe let's see the cycle for one day. It is 11 and 50 rubles. Divide 70. It's approximately $16 per 1 hour and a half. If it's a lecture cycle, it is 170 rubles. Divide 70. It comes to approximately $25. But also you must leave the deposit, 10,000 rubles, or your document.
Just admit it. You're so close to my heart.
A price for a gondola trip for an adult person starts from $1 and a half and goes to $6 and a half, and it depends on time, day, maybe it's a day off or not, and it's a morning time or evening time. So it will cost you from $1 and a half to $6 and a half per one adult trip. Now we are standing at the Luzhnetskaya Embankment, and on the opposite side you can see Vorobyevskaya Embankment. In 2016, a comprehensive reconstruction and landscaping was completed on Luzhnetskaya Embankment. The works were carried out as part of the general renovation for the 2018 FIFA World Cup of the entire territory and the facilities of the Luzhniki Olympic Complex. During the work, the sports orientation of the place were highlighted, as well as the orientation towards pedestrians and cyclists. There is a pedestrian zone located closer to the water, a bicycle path, a roller skating track, and a treadmill with rubberized coating. The length of these trails is about 3 kilometers. Also, the recreations in the pedestrian zone are installed, the trees and the bushes, and it's very beautiful over here. So we reach our last point for today. This is the Novodevichy Monastery with a park over there. One of the beautiful places in Moscow, and I want to show you it very much. Let's go and see closer.
Can't deny it.
So we are now near the Novodevichy Monastery. You can see it. This is the Orthodox women's monastery in the bend of Moscow River, in the very end of the historical Prichistinka, currently Большая Pirogovskaya Street. It was founded by Grand Duke Vasily III in 1524. The current monastery is jointly managed by the Russian Orthodox Church and the State Historical Museum. Since 2010, the Church Museum of Moscow Diocese has been operating here. Also, you can see here the Novodevichy Park. It's about 3.5 hectares. You can visit it anytime for free. This is the last point where I'd like to say goodbye to you. This is the Novodevichy Monastery wall. Look how beautiful it is. Please leave your likes, comments, and subscribe.